So today we're going to take a look at that of the non-primitive data type in JavaScript. Yesterday we worked on that of the big int, which is just coming from that of the primitive data type. So we're moving on to this, and as you can see, I've actually completed the other types of non-primitive data types right here. So we do have object, we have array, we have function, we have date, and then we have regular expression, set, and map. So let's start with this today. I'm going to copy this. And if we get right down there, and I want to put that right here, so let me just comment that out. And this is just basically coming from that of the I think I should also do something like a comment in here. I'm going to just do non-primitive data types right here. All right, so we're going to assume that this is actually found within this particular non-primitive data types right here. So that's just basically how we're going to basically structure that. So this is the first one that we want to take a look at right here. And we're going to take a look at objects right here. And then when we're just talking about this particular thing called the objects right here, we're just basically talking about a collection of a key value pairs. And the keys are usually they're actually strings, or you can just maybe basically, and keys are just basically strings, all right? And sometimes they can also be symbols. And then their values can just basically be any type, all right? Any type of a data. So at first, let's create our object right here. So I'm going to just do student. And I want to set that to the following curly brackets right here. And I want you to like note right now that if this was something like an array, we would use something like square brackets right here. But since it's an object, we're going to just basically use this type of a bracket, which is just curly brackets. And let's create the values that we would like to make use of. Remember, we said that it's just basically going to be based on key value pairs, right? So we're going to just create a value and then give we're going to just create a key and then give it a value. So the first key I want to create is name, and I'm going to just set that to be equal to, and maybe I'm going to just enter my name right here. Let's say that it's David, and we can introduce a comma to separate every key value page right here. So the next one is actually going to be age, and we can set that to maybe 17. And maybe the last one, let's check if he's actually a course rep. So I'm going to do a course rep, something of that nature, and we can set that to maybe true right here. So meaning that he is just basically a course rep right here. Now, the first thing we would like to do is on getting down here, I want to look for a way we can actually access this. All right, we want to see how we can access any of these things that we do have in here. And I'm going to just do accessing right there. And to do that, we can just try to access that using our console if we want to. So I'm going to just do console.log, and I'm going to just basically within this place right here, I want to mention the students right here. So I'm going to just say student, and there are two just basic ways we can actually access objects. All right, you can use something like an arrow, you can use a dot to do that. So if I do that name right here, I'll just basically use these, and we can just save the changes right here. What I want to do is if I go to my browser, let's make sure we refresh this page, and I want to go to my console. So if I right click and go to inspect and go to console, we see that we do have David right here. And that's just basically correct because that's just what we're trying to get at right here. All right, so you can do this in another way. If you don't want to do this, I think what I'm going to do is just copy this and let's put that on a new line, and I'm going to comment out the first line in here. So if we don't want to use a dots, that's the style we're using here, we can decide to use this kind of square brackets right here, and I can just pass in this particular key right here, and that's just basically name. So if I save the changes, I should still be able to get David right there. So let's refresh, and you see that we still basically have David right here. So those are the two ways we can basically do this. I want to still comment this out because the way that I want to do it, I don't want to be going to the console all the time to check for whatever I'm basically doing. So I'm going to just use our document.getElement by ID right here, and I'm going to just do .inner HTML. And a lot of people argue me with using this inner HTML. They want me to be using text content. That's fine if you want to start using that, but I want to move in sequence. When I get to that point, maybe when I'm going to be getting data from the form, I should be able to transform to text content. All right, so that's just what it is right there. So I will not just jump into using that just yet. So what we want to do now is we want to see we want to create this variable right here. So let's do that just right after the object, and I'm going to just do, let's put a let down here, and we can set that to be equal to, and what do we basically want to check? Let's say we want to access the name again, so we can do students right here, and I'm going to just do dots name, and that's just basically going to help us be able to get the student's name, which is David right here. So I'm going to just check these two, David Chito, just add that right there. If we save the changes, and then this time around we don't actually need to be going to the console anymore. So if we refresh anyway, You see how it's looking now. But if I take this away, you see that we do have our result in the browser right here, which is just basically what we have been doing. If you don't want to use this style, let's change to the format, the style we used just before now. So I can put my square brackets in here, and we can just basically do name, and then if we refresh, we should be able to see still have the same thing right here. So that's just basically what that is, guys. So what I'm going to do is maybe I'm just going to copy this and let's say put this down here, and I can just basically maybe comment this like this so that you can use it at a later time if you want to do that. So all right, so the major thing we want to basically do is just to access all of this right here. And that even reminds me, I know you would also want to like check for age. If you want to access age, you can, all you need to do is just change this name right here. You can just do, if you do age and then we'll refresh, you should be able to see the person's age. Look at the age right there. So the same thing applies to this particular one that is down here. But I'm not going to bother myself about checking for that. So you can do that on your own. Now, what I want to do is, the major thing that we're basically doing is to just check for data type. That's why we have this file as data types, right? So what I want to do now is let me comment this line out. And just before then, I'm going to paste this line again. And what I want to do is just check for the data type of this particular thing that we got right here. So I want to take this away. I don't want to access just any of these just yet. However, I want to use that our method called a type of right here. And with that, I should be able to know what data type that this belongs to. Remember what I just said that we're working on objects. So we want to prove if this that we have right here is just basically an object or not. So let's save the changes. Then if we go to the browser and then we'll refresh, see that we do have objects right here. So that proves the point that the whole thing that we have in here is just basically an object. So that is just that. So I want to copy this and just put that right here. So that's just basically the class we've done for that of the objects. You can just have it right here. Now, the next one I want to take a look at, if you take a look at our list right here, I think the next thing is actually going to be the array. So if I get down here, I want to say number 2, and I'm going to just say array, right? And once we're just basically talking about arrays, they are just ordered a list of values that are just basically accessed by index. The index can actually start from 0 upwards. So we start numbering a set of items in an array starting from 0 instead of starting from 1. So in arrays, the first value that we have is just basically 0. So if you create, let's say, an array of gadgets and you want to access the first element, the index for such an element is basically 0. And I'm going to prove that as we try to create this. But do also note that arrays are objects internally. So what I want to do is to first of all, let's create an array right here. Someone just call this gadgets, and I'm going to change this right here. So this is actually going to be square brackets right here. I'm going to just have this. Remember, I mentioned that just now. All right. So what I want to do in here is I want to go ahead and then I convert this to an array. So let's take this away, and you can have this on the same line if that's what you want to do. If it makes it a lot more readable for you. So let's go ahead and then do this. I'm going to call these gadgets, right? And let's say we're going to have something like laptops, and after the first item, let me say we're going to have phones, and I'm just basically taking a look at that as gadgets. I don't know whether that English is correct as gadgets. All right, so whatever you want to use, if it is something like fruits, you can just talk about fruits right there. So we're going to have cameras, and let's basically work with this tree that we do have right here. So what I want to do is going to be very simple, guys. Let me take away this. Let's learn how. First of all, let's check for the type right here. If I double click on this, I want to just check for the data type of gadgets right here. This should actually be array, but I think it's going to give us a different result, right? So if we save the changes right here, then we'll go to our browser and I will refresh. You see that we still have an object right here, right? So we still have an object. Now it's really very hard to be able to use this type of right here to be able to grab the data type belonging to that of the array. Rather, what we normally do a different thing. We need to like be able to find out how that is through another way, all right? And how is that basically done? So right here where we are right now, I'm going to just do array. Let's start with the capital letter. This is going to be array, and I'm going to just do dot is array, and we can just basically pass this through this method right here. So I'm going to just wrap these brackets around this particular variable right here called gadgets. So if we get something like true, that's going to just be able to prove to us that it's just basically an array. But if we get false, that means we are not actually correct. So let's save the changes, and then if we take a look at that from our browser, you see that we'll have true right here. So this is just basically what proves that it's just basically an array. All right. And that's just what I want to do right here. So what I want to do next, let me comment this out. And even though I can just copy this line down, because I would like to maybe show you how to access the arrays. Even though we are not mandatory, it's not mandatory that we should be able to do that just yet. All right. But that's just basically what it is right now. So what I want to do is down here, I don't think I'm not going to need this line at this time. Okay, I just basically need to modify that since I have that already commented on this line. So we do have this right here. But let's say for instance, I want to find my way to accessing one of the elements that we'll have in here. If you want to do that, it's pretty simple, right? So to do that, I'm going to just take this line away, and I just basically need to mention this variable right here called a gadget. So if I do gadgets, and I'm going to just throw in my square brackets right here, and we can remember that I said that arrays are zero based, right? So this is 0, this is 1, and this is 2. So we'll have 3 arrays right there. So within this place, I'm going to just do a 0 right here. Do I need to put brackets? I mean, quotes? I don't think so. So let's just do 0 right here. Save the changes. If we take a look at our browser, we should be able to see laptops. So let's go right in there. Let's refresh. And you see that we do have laptop right here. Now let's go ahead and then access this last one. So if you want to access that, let's just do 2 right there, and we should be able to see cameras. So let's refresh, and we'll have cameras right there. So that's just basically it. If you want to access the third one, you can do that. So that's just basically the order through which you can just basically access all those things. Now what I want to do next is let's find a way to find the length of these arrays that we're having here. And of course, I know this is still not actually mandatory, but if you grab that just before we get into arrays, that's just going to be a plus for you guys. All right, so to know the number of arrays we have in this particular array right here, so I want to just basically take this away and just do dot length right here. This is going to be length. Is that correct? This is incorrect. So we're going to just do length just like that. And what it's going to do is to just tell us that this is just basically 3 items that we'll have right here. So let's check that, and you see that we'll have 3 right here. So if you add another item in here, let's say I have this, and let's say television. Is that correct? Television, like that. And if we save the changes, it now becomes 4. So let's refresh, and you see that we'll have 4 items right there. So that's just basically how you can also check for the length right there. And that's just it, guys. Now if we go back to our coding environment, first of all, I want to copy this and just put that down here. So we have that on this place right here. So we've just basically worked on arrays. That's just basically what that is talking about in there. I also want to copy this part and then put that in here. So what's the next thing I want to take a look at? If we check here, you're going to see that we need to, the next one is actually going to be functions right here, which are just basically callable stuff right there. I want to copy that, and let's say that becomes the next thing we basically want to work on right here. So I want to put that right in here. And once we're just basically talking about that of the functions, we are simply referring to callable objects, all right? Callable objects that it kind of perform actions, or we can even return values to such. And if we want to do that, what we want to do is let's start creating that. And to create a function, we'll start that with a keyword called a function. And I'm going to create really very simple function right here. I'm going to just call that love. And within this love right here, what I want to do is going to be very simple right in here. I want to be able to like say something like I love you to someone right here. And I want to do a return first of all. And within this place, I want to put backticks right here. All right, so I want to put backticks right here, and then within this place I'm going to just say I love, maybe what I want to do right here, let's put in this sign right here, and I'm going to just basically do, let's put our curly brackets in here, which is just basically going to allow us be able to put a variable within this particular place that you're seeing right now. And let's say that the variable that we're basically going to use in this place is going to be something like name. So I'm going to just do name in here. All right, so this means that this particular name needs to be called somewhere around this place. So I need to copy this and put that right here. And we're gonna explain function at a later time a lot more. But for now, this is just what it is right here. So now what I want to do is, if I want to call, or if I want to say to someone, let's say I love David or something of that nature, we can just basically use something of this nature right here. So if I do, I'm going to just create another variable right here, and let's call that result. and we set that to be equal to, and basically we may just go ahead and then maybe set the person's name around here. All we need to do is just basically call this function right here. So I want to copy this function, put it right in here, and instead of using this parameter called name in here, let's just basically enter our name, and let's just basically say I love David, and let's save the changes, guys. I believe if we check our browser, we're going to see something like I love David, and as you can see, we have I love David right there. All right, so I know that the major thing that we want to do is still not just to do this and be able to call the function down here just like we called it, and we're able to access it. It's just all about looking for a way to maybe know the data type of this particular thing that we'll have in here. So if you want to do that, we can also do that. What I want to do is let's comment this line out, and I'm going to just basically copy this line and put it down here. Sorry about that. And so what I want to do, I want to take away this right here, and I just basically want to say type of right here. So I do type of, and this is just basically going to check for what data type this is. So if we save the changes right here, and I'll take a look at that from our browser, and you see that we do have we have string right here. I basically expect to say something like function. So if we take a look in here, okay, I think I got why that we don't need to pass in these parentheses right here anymore. All right, all we need is just to simply just say love right here, and it's going to know that we'll just call this particular thing, which is just basically a function within this place. So if we go back and then we'll refresh right here, you see that we do have function, so it knows that that's just basically a function in there. So this is just basically what I want to do today, guys, and I hope that you guys kind of understand that. So we've actually worked on three things just now, and that just basically objects. So we've worked on objects, and then we've worked on array, and finally we worked on map just now. All right, so these three things are just basically out of the way. So what's remaining is these few things right here, and then we can move into another topic. So that's just what it is, guys. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now.